And supporters like a header. There's something about seeing a good header.
That kind of header.
Yeah, that supporters still love. And it just seems like, oh, wow. You know, it's a great feeling when you know you've got control of something. And you don't often have it in football, you know, unless you're really good. So, but, and essentially that front man who can head it knows.
And did you enjoy that more than any of the other? I mean, I'm thinking about the first goal in that cup final, critical, big goal on your wrong foot, I think.
No, on my left foot.
On your left foot. But that, heading a ball like that, gave you the most satisfaction.
Yes. If I had a choice of heading it or shooting, I would head it. Right? If it was here, 2 foot off the ground, right? And it was coming across the goal. You see modern players slide in with their feet, don't they? A lot of them try and poke it in. I would dive at it and head it. Well, I was better with my head.
Which side?
That side. Coming from there, that one. Christian Eriksen's side. I was okay from the other side. I was all right.
It's funny, until you mentioned that to me many years ago, I never thought about that, but I suppose that the headers of the ball, it's a bit like feet, I suppose, isn't it? You're more
have a best side.
Biased that side. You have a best side.
Well, that's because you take off.
Yeah.
That's because your stronger side is your...
What was your strongest? That going that way as well?
Well, I'd take off on my left foot. So I'd run in. I'd like to see it
like Christian Eriksen. Yeah. So you'd be more comfortable.
Well, how do you know you take off on your left foot? Surely that's down to a stride pattern that's different every time.
No, because it's
you know. Which
like I'm right side dominant, so my left side is the one that takes mostly all the strength. My standing foot, that's the one I plan to make the cross. So it's kind of, I don't know. You feel more comfortable coming off that stronger side, which is then my left side.
It's strange for me. You say that. It's strange for me because you're right in that you say, but I should be right-footed really, liking them come from that. But being left-footed, it was strange for me because people said, "Well, you must be better from the other side because you're left-footed and you go up and you." But I can't remember what side I jumped off.
All my problems now are left side, ankle, knee, because that's the stress that goes through that.
Excuse me.
Is yours all that side?
Right side.
There are 2 goals on
I'm
YouTube.
left-footed.
Oh, there you go.
Andy Gray scoring for Everton against Sunderland. Both were stunning goals. The first one, you know the ones I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
Was that side, your favourite side?
Yeah.
Near post, really cross.
Yeah.
The second one was the other side, the other post, and you were well beyond it and still managed to get it back. How? With what? Just touch? Instinct?
The ball in from, I think it was Paul Bracewell at the time, Brace from that side. The ball in was coming in near post and it was dipping low.
You know where the goal is. So
do you know, in all honesty, Richard, with a header like that, you're not really thinking about where it's going. You're thinking about hitting the target and hoping you find a gap. And certainly that one, when I headed it, and it was only about, I never jumped, so I was stooping a little bit for it, past the front post, and I managed to get it in the top corner. I don't know how, don't ask me how, but I managed to get it in there with some pace. Yeah.
That was the other thing I was about to add, that it needed a bit of pace as well, didn't it? So you've got to.
But as I say, listen,
put that on.
From that size, from when I was a kid, when I played out the backyard when my mum lived in a tenement in Glasgow, and we had 2 close poles at each side.
You weren't diving around on concrete playgrounds?
No, not concrete. Yeah, I was in concrete, yeah. But we used to play headers. We used to play headers when I was from when I was 5, Jason. So a lot of my growing up, it was all about heading the football. And then Jim McLean at Dundee United taught me timing and things like that.
I do think it's a dying art.
It is, isn't it?
Heading the ball, defending and attacking, scoring goals. It's something that's probably, and for good enough reasons, for medical reasons, it's probably died out.
Well, there is that aspect. I mean, I did hear of a story recently of a Premier League centre-back that doesn't want to head the ball
in training
Monday to Friday.
I know.
Because of the possibility of damage. Match day, you haven't got a choice, have you? But I suppose as we've moved on and educated ourselves more in those areas, then that's perhaps understandable.
I think you can still head a football. It's the amount of times that you head a football you need to in training. You can reduce it dramatically in training. You know that, and a lot of headers that the front man makes are not like the centre-back or a defender like you, Jason, where you'd come and try and power it. You know, a centre-forward would have deft touches, little flicks here near post, header like that once in a blue moon. You know, I would think more defenders would worry about that, having to deal with balls coming down the pitch and getting up and trying to power them.
And the other thing is they're coming from a bigger distance as well. I mean, you're heading balls that are coming in from wide areas or little dinks like we've seen tonight.
That's a little floaty cross, wasn't it, Eriksen's? That didn't have great pace.
No.
You would sometimes have to get.
You're trying to clear.
I wonder how many coaches
kicks.
have kept count of the number of times players have headed the ball in training this year, as they were supposed to do.
Oh wow!
I bet that's something that's been forgotten about partly, isn't it?
I would say none.
Yeah,
I would say none.
I would say none.
I would say none.
I'd go along with that.
Yeah.